Just get my slippers on, You know the vibes. Welcome back to Life the Germ. I'm your host, Jeremy. And this week has been a crazy week. Did a lot of stuff. I've been in lab like a madman. I got like 2 weeks left before I gotta get this grant in, so trying to scrape together some last minute data. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, just long hours at the lab. Part of the reason why I didn't get to uploading this earlier this week. Just went skating with my boy Brady. That was super fun. I haven't exercised in like probably 3 or 4 days, and I'm just like so stressed. Like, I don't get like, I don't want to diss on people that like don't exercise. I don't mean to do that, but I think what I've realized that I think other people don't have is that like my body has grown to be dependent on releasing my stress through exercise, because when I skip a workout, it is like, and I feel like I've never heard anyone talk about this before, but like it's just my stress is just through the roof. I have no like, I cannot control it at all. Like, it's terrible. So like I've been just like, I want to take a few days just to like sleep in and stuff, but it's like hard to sleep in when I'm just like, I feel like I have no other outlet to like just get rid of that stress. So yeah, I'm like, because of that, I'm kind of getting like forced into doing different stuff. Not skateboarding, like I enjoyed that, but I'll probably like start working out again just to like try to like kill that cortisol spike and just get back to like baseline. I just skated so like I'm not as like stressed anymore, but yeah, I mean, this whole week I've been pretty like, yeah, this past weekend, me and my girlfriend and my other friend, we went to kind of like we went up into the mountains and just went for a little hike, and then like ended at this lake. I actually have done the hike before. I did a little like solo hike like last year on it, and it's a good hike. There's already a few inches of snow on the ground, which kind of getting me excited for snowboarding. I'm getting like pretty antsy to hop back on the board and get after it again. But yeah, other than that, my life has been like pretty boring. I haven't been doing too much. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this one like pretty brief. I think I'm not gonna get like, I always say that and then I get so into the weeds with Life of the Germ and stuff. But Lost and Found. I this title has a nice ring to it, Lost and Found. It's like you go, it kind of fits in with the episode a little bit. You go to the Lost and Found to because you're trying to find something that's lost, right? And when you get there, you realize that by being lost, you found just what you're looking for. That sounds so cringy. Okay, that didn't sound as good as I would have liked. But it's a pretty simple concept. But I think I've referenced Kung Fu Panda on here before. But Shifu gets at this in the movie, and I think it's really good. That's like the sensei that trains Po, like the Dragon Warrior. And it's just funny because like his past mentees that he's trained, like when he's trained them, he's like, you work really hard every day, focus, 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 and you'll get it, right? And you'll get really good, get all these skills. With Po, though, Chifu looks at him, and I'll never forget the scene. He's like, when you focus on Kung Fu, I don't know if it's Kung Fu, but it's when you focus on whatever, you suck. But he's like, if we can get your mind to focus on other things, there might be potential. Something like that. That second part, I'm not actually sure what he says, but basically Po is very motivated by food. So like Shifu then pulls out the dumpling, And he's like, do you want this dumpling? And like Poe has to like fight him for it. And then you see all this like athleticism from Poe trying to get this food. And he gets so lost in finding the food and trying to get it and chase it down that he's actually so lost in the sauce that he's found something, right? And I think I've realized like this is a very good tactic for just advancing like a skill that you really want to get good at. I think I got this from lab just because I've been doing a lot of grinding on this grant to try to get this grant in. I'm like, I need this data. I need to get this data. And there's like this sense of urgency, right? And I'm like so focused, but I'm not so much like, I think I like early on, and usually when I'm in lab, I'm so worried about like the experiment going well. Whereas like now I'm just like so in it that I'm just like, I need to get this data for this grant. And I'm so like lost in the sauce of just like, trying to really focus on the research and thinking about it, that I've realized I've found that I'm like unlocking my potential as a scientist by like pushing myself to like reach these deadlines, right? And I think it's the same for a lot of different things, honestly. Like it's more about like looking at the byproduct of something. So I'm trying to think of a goal. Like we were talking about this on skating today. Like say you want to kickflip really hard. It's where you like get the board to do like a 360, and you're just like you're trying to kickflip over and over and over, and you can't get it right. But instead of trying to just get the kickflip, what if you just focus on trying to become a better skater? And you get so lost in like the fun of trying to become a better skater that one day you're like, oh yeah, let's bust out like trying to do a kickflip again. And like you give it a more than a few tries. Like it'll still take a very long time, but you give it a little bit, and then all of a sudden like it comes and you just get it. And like the byproduct of you becoming a good skater was, hey, now the reward is like you get to do a kickflip, right? And I just think it's worth like applying this mindset to other things. And I actually got this this sort of mindset from, I had this recommended lecture, which I think YouTube just knows I'm like in the weeds with like PhD and stuff. And it was this dude's like last ever lecture as a professor. And it wasn't about research, but it was titled like why you should achieve your childhood dreams. And I just thought it was a super cool title. So I clicked it, and it's like super famous. It was, I think he gave the lecture in like 2005, and it was like 6 months before he died. He had cancer and passed away, but really cool lecture. He had a really cool just perspective on life. His name is Randy Posh. So yeah, definitely look that name up. The lecture's only like an hour, and it is so captivating too. Like there are parts that are more like kind of like research sciencey, like only like 15-minute stints of it. But the whole thing is like this lecture about like, him having this list as a kid of all the different like outlandish dreams he had, like get into a room with zero gravity, like just weird stuff. And it actually ended up happening because he really wanted to make it happen, and but a big lesson throughout that was him talking about this thing called the head fake, where there were a couple grad students in his lab that designed basically like a program that teaches kids to code, right? But it's doing so in a way that like a kid would want to do it, right? So like getting them to design like a video game, like a very simple video game, for example. And most kids, if you tell them go code and write like program on a computer, that's not like fun for a kid, right? But if you frame it differently and tell the kid, no, we're going to teach you how to play a video game, or teach you how to like make a video game, suddenly the kid is like super interested, right? Because you've gotten them kind of once removed from the goal, right? Or you're sort of reframing it, right? And you're getting them lost in programming without them even realizing it, right? And then by the time they make the video game, they've been so lost in making the video game that they've found the skill of becoming a good programmer, right? And suddenly you have this invaluable skill in, in your life. And I think I do this in my career a lot, is like what I want to be my career, right? Is like, I'm so interested in the immune system that I just want to learn more, right? So my head fake is, I'm not running all these experiments because I like necessarily love running the experiments, right? I'm running the experiments because I want to learn more about the immune system. And I'm lost in wanting to learn more about the immune system, and I'm so interested. I'm always reading papers, doing this, doing that. And then as a result, I'm going to realize at the end of my PhD that I've become an excellent scientist, right? Because I'm so curious and because I'm so interested in what I'm doing, right? That the byproduct is you're left with all these skills and stuff that a lot of people try to chase, but ultimately, like, you're gonna burn yourself out if what you're trying to find isn't originally appealing to you, right? And it feels overbearing. Focus on a way to reframe the problem, right? Or reframe what you're trying to learn. So that's Lost and Found. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, man. Life of the Germ is going. We're getting like steady subs. I think I got like another couple subs maybe this was 2 weeks ago. My last episode didn't get a ton of views, but yeah, I mentioned this last episode, but I think we've gotten like 10 subs in the last month. Like it's actually been ridiculous. So thank you guys so much. OG fans, of course, and all the new subs as well. Thanks for rocking with me, and I'll catch you in the next video.